Violet Kokunda has been living with diabetes for more than 20 years. Everything was going on well with her following the treatment plan to the letter until 2021 when her health started to deteriorate.
That is when it was cut off. I developed something like a blister, similar to a burn. I pricked and it turned to a wound. The wound did not recover, and I later decided to go to Chirudu Hospital. The doctor told me to use warm water and a little detergent powder.
After spending over 5 months in Chirudu Hospital, the doctors told Kokunda that her toe would be amputated.
Doctor yali ku ward najja n'angamba tekijja kusoboka basajja ne bagenze mu holiday.
The doctor on the ward told me it would not be possible. The surgeons who were supposed to conduct the operation were on holiday. He advised me to go to Mulago Hospital if I were in so much pain. I was taken to Mulago where my foot was cut off, but not as my doctor had said.
As she was adapting to the new reality, her other leg developed a similar sore, and after months of admission in the same hospital last year, the doctors made the tough decision to amputate.
In August, and yet it was the first one to get a wound.
Diabetes is a common condition that affects people of all ages. There are several forms of diabetes. Type 2 is the most common. Dr. Martin Segane, a general practitioner at Lifelink Hospital, says the condition leads to several complications depending on what stage it is at.
It results from the pancreas being unable to produce enough insulin. This is just starting out. The patients can present with increased thirst. They'll have extreme hunger. They'll feel like eating all the time. Then they'll pass out urine so frequently. People who are diabetic usually have blood vessels being destroyed faster than people who do not have diabetes.
Kokunda now lives with a disability from a non-communicable disease and has to adjust her lifestyle to fit the new situation she finds herself in. The hard-working woman she describes herself as used to run a salon and manufactured liquid soap and shampoo to fend for her 5 children. She breaks down at the memory.
I never left this village. I decided to stay and become an example. I used to own my house not far from here, but the bank took it after I borrowed money.
Violet Kokunda lost her legs to diabetes. The only advantage is that she is aware and she's on medication. In 2021, the World Health Organization published a report about Uganda which showed that 716,000 people lived with diabetes. The problem is that 89% of that figure did not know that they have the disease and were not even on medication. Dr. Segane says a combination of treatment strategies can help you manage the condition to live a healthy life and prevent complications.
Type 2 diabetes, we use drugs that, one, stimulate the cells of the pancreas to produce more insulin so that we can have enough to meet the needs and requirements of the body. Then we also administer drugs that reduce resistance of insulin on the cells of the body.
Dr. Paul Kasenene explains that a functional medicine approach in the management and prevention of diabetes has seen improvement in the quality of life.
If somebody is diabetic and comes into our clinic, sometimes we make bigger reductions in carbohydrate intake for a short period of time and then allow them in moderation. We also always encourage people to take the right nutrients. They tend to come in supplements. A supplement should have alpha lipoic acid, chromium, and cinnamon. These really help to make your body more sensitive to insulin. But there are other things like fenugreek and berberine that are very, very good for helping people. Now,
as Kokunda adjusts to her new life, she has had to put most of the things on the ground for easy access. She says not all is lost and is hopeful that a little support towards capital for her business would help.
Ekizibu kye ndina kyekyo kagaali.
The challenge I have now, I would love to have a wheelchair or prosthetic legs.
In the meantime, she has turned to social media to educate her followers about the disease.
Bwe nagenda mu ddwaliro e Kiruddu,
I went back to Chirud Hospital. I found a doctor at the surgical ward. He stared at me and said, "Are you the one on TikTok?" I then asked, "Doctor, do you watch my videos?" He said, "Yes. That is a good thing you're doing," he told me. I could also go and talk to the patients in hospital.
Diabetes is one of the leading causes of blindness, kidney failure, heart attack, stroke, and non-traumatic lower limb amputation. Walter Mwesije, NTV.